Welcome back. We're here with Keek from Healgrid, and she is an artist in Toledo, Ohio. Keek, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. I'm very excited to talk about your initiative that you have, going on here. So thank you.
Absolutely, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yes. So, why is bringing the holistic community together in Toledo so important to you?
I think we've gotten away from having a community and having a village that we can rely on and a holistic nature, whether it be for teas or tinctures, um, anything healing, really. Just because we've become so reliant on Western medicine, we've gotten away from what we started with, which is honestly the better way to heal, in my opinion. And bringing people together to build that village in a modern way has been really fulfilling.
And you're not only passionate about bringing the holistic community together, but also supporting the local small businesses. Could you kind of talk about that as well?
Yeah, so since we have so many holistic businesses in Toledo, I figured why not highlight them with different events like the scavenger hunt that we're organizing right now, because a lot of people don't know about these businesses in the community that we're building. Even like I have the Facebook group, and all these people are like, oh, I've never heard of this. That the first scavenger hunt that I did, we took people to everyone never experienced any of the businesses we took them to, and there was 10 or 6 different businesses that time, and they're not very hard to find, like they're pretty out there. So highlighting them, especially the new businesses, is very it has become very prosperous, I think, for them, and then just fulfilling for me.
Yeah, and I think there are so many just small businesses in general that you drive by that same business every day and you just forget it's even there.
Yeah, we're so used to going to Walmart, Target, wherever for our needs. When there's a small business you could support and keep your money local.
And why do you think, as a society in general, we've gotten so far away from holistic health?
Western medicine. If we, we go to the doctor, they give us a bunch of pills. It's a band aid for whatever problem you're experiencing that day, but is it actually going to solve the root of the problem? No, it's not. So, we just keep going back. And personally, like my family, they're reliant on Western medicine, most of them, and it's just something we've gotten away from generation by generation because illnesses come, we go to the doctor, they don't get fixed, and more illnesses come, and then we pass them down, and it's just kind of a never ending cycle. So I'm hoping to make that generational change as well, personally.
And I think especially with, um, I feel like there's a new shift in just society in general, moving more towards
Hmm.
holistic, moving more towards, those ways of actually healing their body
Hmm.
versus like our grandparents or even like our parents sometimes are,
Hmm.
the old way of eating, fast food or eating out or just going to the doctor or just taking the things that work right now.
Yeah. So I do agree with you. I like to call it like the age of awakening or a new earth, if you will, because everyone's just fucking sick of it, to keep it real. Like, there are people who are still stuck in the ways and, are going to use bleach to clean the refrigerator. And then there's those people that's like, actually, this doesn't make my body feel good. This isn't how I want to live. Like, this isn't showing myself self love. So I'm going to move differently. And personally, that's been my experience.
And you've been able to travel to many, places and countries outside of the US.
Hmm.
How have those countries differed in health versus here in America?
Good question. Let's see. I personally, I don't want to live in America after experiencing Germany and Austria, just to see how I felt for a week of being there. The food isn't full of crap; it's fresh. You go to the market every day versus once a week, once a month, like some people, and you get your food fresh and local. Versus here, we get chicken from who knows fucking where, and eggs from this different chickens, full of whatever antibiotics, hormones that we don't need in our body, and they were probably slaughtered horrifically. Um, so I guess in Europe, it was really lovely to see how often people shopped, and really every country I've been to. But when I was in the Dominican Republic, the fruit was just on the road, like on the side of the street. And that's because it's a tropical place. So of course it's more accessible. But even here, like we don't have fruit trees growing. Like they cut down all the female trees so that we can't grow our own food, which is messed up. So just experiencing eating fruit every day from someone off the street and it was delicious, like makes me realize how much we're lacking here in that area as well, just fruits and vegetables.
And in 2019, you painted someone's ultrasound. How did it feel to be able to capture that moment in life for them?
um, it was lovely. I really like making my art. The like you see just with the mirror behind you, like you can reflect with it, whether it's a mirror or it's an ultrasound of your child. Um, I it was lovely to paint that. That's something I had never thought I'd ever do is paint an ultrasound, but I really liked it.
And what is one thing that you wish people knew more about your art and the things that you create?
It's it is holistic infused, inspired. It's meant to be now with the jewelry and the mirrors. I am hoping to capture someone's soul, whether it's how they look at themselves in the mirror, how they look at the art in the mirror, how they look at themselves in the art in the mirror, or with the jewelry that they wear, how it makes them feel and how they feel presented wearing it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, especially when they see something beautiful, they're like, it just kind of takes them back to their childhood. It kind of just puts them in like that Zen,
Hmm.
present moment.
Yeah, so a lot of the things that I paint are childhood inspired. Because I personally like live in what people would say like a land of butterflies and rainbows. So I often capture that in my art to kind of invoke that inner child in people to let them use that as a reflection of how their younger self might have seen the world and let them see it now with a piece of art.
And you mentioned that you hope or you have seen people see their own soul in your art. When
Hmm.
you're painting, is it being inspired from your own soul onto your canvas or onto your mirror or onto something that you are painting?
Absolutely. I I mean honestly I believe that we are all connected. The universe is connected and each of us have a God spirit within us. So anything that I create is typically nature inspired or like I said childhood inspired, but mostly nature. So I kind of I guess emulate God in my creation of art by copying what I see is created by God. Like the clouds or butterflies, like beautiful things that just make you feel good all the time when you look at them in nature, when you see them, when you are present enough to notice them.
What drives you to work your ass off and not just settle for a regular life?
uh, I I honestly moving abroad and just getting out of my comfort zone, and getting my family out of their comfort zones, and just showing them something new, something greater. Yeah.
So you hope to aspire not only yourself, but inspire other people around you with your
Oh,
actions. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that too. I feel like I naturally do that. It's not something I try to do on purpose until I realize, hey, I'm doing it. So then I keep doing it.
I have two more questions for you.
Okay.
You actually shared this on your Facebook page a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
You you put to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. How do you live on your terms without letting other people's opinions trap you?
Oh, that's good. In so many different ways. And what I'm doing on a daily basis, writing my own story, whether someone likes it or not, whether someone likes who I'm talking to or not, like that is one of them. And then the way I dress is not your usual average business professional because I'm an artist as well. I like to express myself with clothing and fashion, not caring what other people think of me. Sometimes I wear weird things or out of the ordinary things in Toledo, Ohio. At that, it's not the biggest like act of rebellion for me, but it is something. The other day I wore two watches just because. And what was the question again? I'm sorry.
How do you live life without letting other people trap you
But
with their opinions?
okay, yeah. Just telling myself I started when I was 17, I think, and I was like, I just don't give a fuck what anybody thinks because I'm me, and what they're gonna think something regardless. So I might as well do what I want. But yeah, to finish it off.
I have one more question for you.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with two people,
Ah,
one person from the past and one person from the present, who would it be and why?
anybody.
Anyone you want. From the beginning of time to, well, for the first one, a year ago or whenever they died.
I would love to talk to my grandparents. Um, all of them, but I never got to speak to my dad's father, and he was a very well-known man in my hometown, Fremont. And he discovered the NAACP in Fremont and did a lot for the community. We have so many plaques and memorabilia from just his time on Earth, and it's so inspiring to see all that he's done. But it's sad to say I've never met him. So I would love to speak with him, and then with my other grandparents too, just because I miss them. That's three people, but and then someone in the present.
Yes,
Hmm, probably Jay Shetty. I really like Jay Shetty and the way he moves in his content and in the world. He's very inspiring, and I think we'd have a pretty good conversation.
do you think your grandfather would be proud of what you've built so far?
I would hope so. Yes, yeah, I'd like to say I hope, and he would be. I really just love to hear his wisdom in general. Yeah.
I love it. Well, Keek, those are the questions I have for you. How can people find you, and what is one thing you want to leave people with?
Okay. You can find me at Keek Sanchez on Facebook. I have Keek Creator for my art, and then Toledo Holistic Haven / Healgrid for the holistic communities. And what I'd like to leave people with is just going back to that question you said, is just keep writing your own story because no one else is going to write it for you. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.